Hi, Vieira with stockmarketlive.tv. Today I'm going to address the example of small investors, their reviews that you are going to find in one of the articles on the blog of the company. Each day that passes, we have more and more small investors joining the service. I'm not referring to large investors or hedge funds or investment banks, obviously. I'm referring, although the company is focused in this market, we have small investors, a lot of them joining the service, and they are posting their reviews as time passes. Today we are going to address one more live earnings call, and this information, it was made available to all of them ahead of earnings and after earnings announcement in live markets and on live streaming. Therefore, I'm going to refer to the information that is available on the blog of the company. Bear in mind that I'm referring to live posts, okay, ahead of major moves in the markets. And the title of the article, the most recent, is this one: How Investors Are Making Millions of Dollars Investing in the Crash. I'm not going to refer to Oleg and Sergey, those reviews, they are going to be available on the website. I'm talking about $18 million betting in the crash of GoPro and Umbrella, as I'm going to explain it here step by step. But today I'm going to address in first place this call in cons that was made available to you, in fact, completely for free, 3 months ago, telling you get rid of shares of cons because I'm going to crash them, my friends. $41 sell before I crash them all the way down. And this is precisely what happened. I do it every single day. And so cons crashed from 43 all the way down to $27 an hour. Ahead of earnings, there is a blog post article. I wrote the article myself, saying on this service for small investors, saying that I had customers closing short positions at $27 an hour. This was in fact the bottom ahead of earnings. And today in the morning you had cons opening at $34 an hour. $34 an hour, yes, you heard it well, $34 an hour. But the opening price, it is not the closing price. I did not change the rating in cons. Cons, strong sell. So what happened during the day is that customers to live streaming, subscribers, bear in mind that we are using the best technology in the world. We don't have any technical issues whatsoever. It works perfectly. We are using the best player for live streaming and video on demand in the world. It is a proven fact. You can ask any subscriber. It works perfectly across different browsers and on mobile devices. And intraday shares, they collapsed at 18%. Yeah, 18%, $34 an hour, all the way down to $28 an hour. And this on the same day, today, GoPro collapsed more, 11%, and it closed at $33.65. And GoPro, as well as Umbrella, it has been a party, and everyone knows. You had information about it. And you know, and you knew that both companies, they were going to crash. And you knew in Umbrella, because I told you when to sell shares. I downgraded the stock to strong sell, free information for everyone on Twitter. And we do it every single day. You put shares up and we crash them. There are no earnings, there are no buyers, and we crash whatever we want, my friends. Any day we do it. We control these prices and we prove it to those that they are in the service, and we make all these calls in advance. So you have this testimonial, this review of a small investor. I'm not referring to Oleg, who is doing 18 million in GoPro and Umbrella. I'm referring to a small investor, okay? You have to read it because I'm not aware of the review itself. I think that he says here that he pays his medical bills with trading profits and so on. It is extensive review. I like more short reviews, so I'm not going to read them. Anyway, having said this, let's go back a bit to the case of GoPro and Umbrella. Obviously, I have to go back and to refer again to Jim Cramer, quantitative easing fraud on CNBC, not only with regards, in fact, to GoPro and Umbrella, with regards to Boeing, other terrific example. There are plenty of them. You just have to go through the blog. You have all of them there described. Jim Cramer was saying, Yahoo was going to $60. Well, yesterday it was 29.70 cents after hours. I mean, it's a 50% difference, more in fact, just one piece. And yesterday, Alibaba was $60.90. Last year it was 118. So, and they kept up raising targets. So we do this every single. It is fun, we have to talk about this because this is fun. It became fun. We are enjoying this. I've been enjoying this for 25 years, my friends, and I continue enjoying. So the more upgrades they are, the better it is. If they downgrade, well, that is a different matter, okay? Because if they crash, well, that is a different matter. But the objective, it is always the same. It is always the same. The phonology, it is always the same. Anyway, which I'm not going to describe. You have the trading course, and it is pretty clear with regards to the components of the methodology. What I was going to say with regards to GoPro is that you have an article, and you just have to type on the blog sell GoPro, and you come up with this article, sell GoPro after earnings on Wall Street upgrades. This was written by Nikolai, and it contains, in fact, the best case scenario for GoPro. Is a live article posted on the same day. The article contains a chart that is public, is not confidential, explaining when to sell shares of GoPro. The title says, sell GoPro after earnings on Wall Street upgrades. And it was on that same day that shares, they traded to $65. $65, it was our best case scenario for GoPro. If the best case scenario, it was reached, and Wall Street was raising targets, we said, well, there is no money left to do anything. GoPro, in fact, earnings, it is not what they are saying, and therefore, the only way to make money in GoPro and Umbrella is to crash these stocks. So what I did was, and notice the step by step, and you are going to, those that they are subscribers, because this is also a lesson, you have the information on the blog. And I'm going to explain the difference between Oleg results and, for example, this small investor, okay? Oleg and Sergey, because they have access to different levels of information. So on that same day that shares they traded to $65, I said you are going then to reduce or to close entirely your short position in Twitter, and you are going to rotate capital, the profits, into short GoPro and Umbrella. Umbrella, it was already open at the short position, okay, because it comes from 125, 127. And so what they did was to rotate capital from Twitter short, the Yelps and the rack space and so on, and put all those profits in GoPro, all right? And the GoPro crashed. So during the crash in GoPro, and today, I repeat, shares they closed at $33.65. On the first day that these started reversing, I know step by step, the shares they went from $64.70 all the way down to $54 an hour. All right. The second day, the shares they bounced to $60.30, and I announced the target for the day, in fact, to be 59.70. All right. I will not give more than that. And I said this to subscribers on live streaming. I'm not closing any short positions just because GoPro is moving, bouncing $5. What I'm doing is I'm short the stock and I'm adding to the short side. So what happens is that Nikolai wrote an article then inform these subscribers in capital markets, live markets, and these hedge funds, investment banks, and so on. And then you wrote an article to Live Markets Premium, that is one of the services available on the website. There is a difference between Live Market Standard and Live Market Premium that also explains the difference between the results of these individuals. And in that article that came out later in the sense, the article I think is from September 1, but that the content of that article, it was already disclosed on live streaming and to the most important service that we have called Live Markets 365 and Capital Markets 365. So what Nikolai then did was to write an article with my help, since he does not speak English, is Russian, and with my help he wrote the article and he put there a list of stocks, sell short for 1 million shares. But the article itself, it does not contain one stock, contains a list of stocks, all right? And it is a step by step. And moreover, it contains priorities and price targets, all right? And so Oleg, he had access to this information in advance. There is a difference between the information that he had access to and, for example, this one, the small one, called, his name I think is Raman, all right? Explains the difference between probably this, the difference in profits between them, just for you to understand also the difference between service. Well, today, anyway, Oleg is already in Live Markets 365. Today, because this already happened with the GoPro and Umbrella. But the fun is that, during this process of the crash, Oleg or myself, no one ever closed, a position or 100% of the position in short GoPro. I mean, the losers, they sold short GoPro, for example, at $60, they closed at 55, but that is not of my concern. I'm not referring to customers here, no. We, the champions, my friends, we have been here for the crash. We are not here playing for $5. No. GoPro in less than 1 month, in a couple of weeks, is 65 all the way down to 33. And it was going to be like Twitter, that this piece of cake is like butter. There was no support whatsoever. Because you find the articles on the blog that they are very clear. There is fraud on CNBC. This individual, very well known, Jim Cramer, and I have hundreds of articles, it is all over again the same. The history repeats itself. So if I named GoPro and Umbrella for the crash, priorities, top priorities, they were going to crash because we make it happen. And this has been like this for 25 years, my friend. And I'm telling you that is not going ever to change because I never missed one single call in GoPro since IPO. So why would I miss? I know what the stock is going to do. And that is the reality. I'm telling the truth. Because we prove it. We make it happen. And moreover, the difference that we record all this live. Okay, so we have here the chart. It is live. It is a live chart. At $65, obviously. So let's go back. And the article, it is this one. Best stock picks to sell short 1 million shares. I'm not going to show you the picks. The content is confidential, but it exists. You just have to go to the blog of the company. And congratulations to everyone. It is a damn party, and you move them higher, we crash. And we did it step by step in every single company that we named that we were going to do it. Gold stocks, oil stocks, tech stocks, and even in those companies where I had strong buy ratings, where during the course of 2015 we quadrupled the size of investment positions, as it was the case with Netflix, right? Netflix plunged $231 per split. So if I do it in Netflix, that was my darling #1 for the past year, these comms or this GoPro or Twitter, is piece of cake. If we do it in Apple, that is a company, 650 billion market cap, and it was 750 plus. Now it is by far less. If we do it in Apple, and we were the only ones, in fact, having sell rating in Apple at 133. If we do it, and Apple plunged to $92, so it was a sell or it was not a sell? It plunged. So you kept, believing that Apple was going to 260, Forbes magazine, or 240, or 192. I mean, how many times do I need to prove? I mean, I've been here discussing Apple since IPO. So how many times did I miss a call in Apple? I don't remember. You have the proof that I did something wrong, because I have the proof that I never missed one. So this is so simple, and it is described live, the step by step, the investment process, when to rotate capital from one into the other, with the objective of maximizing return on investment. And the fun is that while everyone else considers that the market is, the volatility is a threat, that market conditions are very difficult, well, we consider that the market conditions are absolutely perfect, my friends. Volatility, perfect. The higher volatility, better it is. I don't see any threat whatsoever. The threat exists for those gamblers that they don't have any methodology whatsoever, and they don't know in fact what to do. They are tuned or plugged on TV, CNBC or CNN or whatever, and they lose money every single day because they were used to stuff that they worked in the past and stopped working. But my friends, the games, they change. If we decided to change the game, you had to follow the instructions. It's very simple. Because in March 2009, when I was calling the bottom in the markets, everyone was saying that it was the end of the world. I remember a call saying that the Dow Jones was going to 1,000. In 2015, also I had this Kramer saying that, Netflix was going to be a 100 billion market cap in 2015, that Umbrella bargain at $65, stuff like this. And when you have these guys that they are convinced that they know everything about everything, and they never, they always failed, and you have the proof of it. So what did you have to do? The question is always the same. What did you have to do? Show me the money. So it's not just, I know that the guy is wrong. No, it's not, I know that the guy is wrong. It's, you had to invest, to bet that these stocks, they were going to crash, because there was no other option, there was no other alternative, since I announced it step by step. And here it is, the difference between Oleg, Sergey, that you are going to see then the articles, the reviews on the website, with their accounts zooming to the roof, and the difference to Raman, that he pays his medical bills with trading profits, and he is there trying to do his best, obviously. And in fact, I don't remember if I said this already, but I have individuals with by far less capital, $30,000 US, and making in terms of percentage by far better than this Raman. So I don't consider this review in fact something extraordinary. It's a review, someone that tells his story as it is in his life, that is trying to do his best, and it is extraordinary in the sense that the person, I think he has been a customer for quite a while, and he decided one day to change his attitude and to learn, about something that could change his life, and moreover to help others. By others, I'm referring to his family, by paying medical bills. That unfortunately it is the case. Obviously he would prefer to pay trips or to take his family to somewhere or whatever. But that is the case, and it is not, in fact, for your knowledge, it is not uncommon, unfortunately, in particular in the US, where medical bills, they are rather high. Congratulations to everyone. Here you have one more case study. I'm referring to the case of today Cons, other live earnings call, where you had plenty of information with regards to it, and in this service everything live markets, including targets for the most important companies in the world, And bear in mind that we are not going to do this, every week or every month in the sense of disclosing information. We created this service and we posted that information that we wanted to in order to help the most those that they were willing to accept the service since the very beginning. Okay. Meanwhile, prices of these subscriptions already, I think they went up 300%. Okay, and we continue having people subscribing. Right, and more in fact than before. So, but all of you had the alternative, the option to subscribe at a far lower price. Okay, that is then up to you. But the most interesting is you have, including those that they have large accounts in a certain sense, the opportunity to subscribe and to see by yourself, the proof of it. Because I cannot change the information. It is recorded live. There are videos. Everything it is there. So I cannot change it. There is a process. I cannot change it. The price target, of Netflix. I cannot change the rating of Netflix, the downgrade to sell. I cannot change the fact that Netflix lost $231 per share, or that Apple plunged, or Expedia, or Facebook. Everything it is there. Okay, everything it is there for you to take advantage of it. Whether then they took advantage of it or not, that is not of my concern. Information is there for them. And those that they have the access to the live streaming, they have even more information, because it is on live streaming that I describe the process, okay? And I teach investors how to do it with regards to not a specific stock, but to teach them how to invest in the markets with regards to then the ETFs, okay? And it's rather simple, very simple rules, and it works quite well. In fact, it's perfect. So I'm extraordinarily pleased, not with the service is wonderful. It was a great idea to create this service to help more people. And also the free live streaming for citizens of the United Arab Emirates. But I'm very pleased to have this information, or to have the opportunity to write all these in advance of these major moves in the markets. And if I said, because I said it, it is there written that the market was going to crash, the market was going to crash and you had to sell everything. And my friends, this is when I changed my opinion, the market changed. And my role in the markets is not is to read the markets, and is not about my own beliefs. All right, this is not about my own beliefs or price targets. It's all about reading the markets, to respect the markets. We respect the markets. We are not like Jim Cramer or Fast Money, or those Gartman that was this guy in fact should be jailed. In my country probably will be already, well, it's better I don't say. But this individual, Gartman, the one that one day told you to buy, that was Twitter at $41, it was a gift. This guy, in any country, in a democracy, this guy would be immediately jailed, because this is not possible in a democracy. I mean, in states where you have, like I said before, teenagers taking guns to school to kill children, their own fellow citizens. Everything is possible there, but my friends, I'm not there in the States. I don't have anything against the United States. In fact, I believe that a lot of fascism, they have been made by precisely there. But the facts are the facts, okay? And this is not possible, or at least does not happen anywhere else. I'm referring to have these scams, stock market scams, historical stock market scams, live on TV networks, saying that GoPro, it is a strong buy, a bargain at $65 ahead of a crash, or Boeing, or Umbrella. You have an extensive list of even gold all the way up to $25,000 an ounce. Or a few years ago, oil was going to $200. I still remember that Goldman Sachs call that is written that oil could go to $200, yeah, at the market top, in fact. So you probably remember this, right? As well as I remember that in 2009, well-known company in the US, in fact several, but there was one, you just have to Google, they were downgrading American Express at $10.60, all right? And this ahead of, in 2015, the same company, it was upgrading American Express at $90, okay, to buy. The same company in the US was downgrading in 2009 American Express at $10.60 to sell, and in 2015 the same company upgrading American Express at $90, 90. So something is wrong. You just have to use your brain, my friends. It's what God gave you to all of us. We have all the same resources, fortunately.